Oh gosh. Welcome to our new space. This is such a beautiful moment. Thank you. This is our mini version of the sanctuary for right now. We may even have... See, Ron knows me. Look at this.
Tears of joy.
I know. I didn't expect this. Welcome. Welcome to 11 Goddard, the new home of Temple of Light. I have cried a lot in the last 2 months, but not these kind of tears. They've been tears of frustration and exhaustion, but it's like having a baby. You know, it seems really, really hard when you're in labor, but the minute you have them, you go, oh, look what we did. Some of you have had a tour already. Welcome to the Temple of Light, Orange County's first and only truly interfaith, transdenominational spiritual community. A place where we hold dear the spirit that lives within us. And we know we go forward not with a need for tolerance, because tolerance is a forbearance of those that are different. We don't need tolerance because we don't see people as different. We see us as all one, all the same spirit, all the same light, all the same divine energy. So we have no need for tolerance. We only see acceptance and beauty and grace and individuality. So welcome to our first Sunday service. Seth is going to start us off with some beautiful didgeridoo. Just relax and become present, and thank you, Seth, for being here. in a state of relaxed breathing. We're going to move into our 7 steps of intake, hold, release, and holding the empty, as inspired by the Ho'oponopono sacred breathing technique. And we'll do 3 rounds. Breathing in for a count of 7. Hold. Exhale. Hold. And in. And hold. And exhale. Hold. And inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. And breathing normally. Feeling your body relax. Sensing your shoulders dropping and your neck elongating. Spine is slightly tilted. Neck is just tucked down so that your crown chakra points to the heavens, the outer realms beyond our atmosphere, aligning your body, mind, and soul with the divine energy that exists within you, all around you, and everything connected to you. Breathing in. When we breathe, we affirm our connection to Spirit. We do not connect to Spirit because that would infer we could be disconnected. We simply become aware of the connection that always exists within us. Seeing a beautiful ball of white light, speckled with gold and silver and pearlescent. See it expand into your chest, beyond your chest, out into the areas around you, expanding 10 feet and 20 feet and 30 feet in all directions. Looking down at your feet, see this energy expand through the bottom of your feet. Feel your earth energy going deep into the earth, through the core, into the inner mantle. Feeling your energy go all the way to the center of the earth and ground to that crystalline being that keeps us here, present, in the 3rd dimension, having a reciprocity of a relationship with Mother Earth. As we bless her, she bless us. And have a moment of gratitude and appreciation for the air we breathe, the water we drink, the clothes we wear, the roofs over our head, the food we eat, the coexistence that we experience every day. Feeling the abundance provided by Mother Earth. We truly have everything we need every day. Feeling completely grounded now and connected to Mother Earth, bringing your energy back up into your heart space. Now feeling it expand, going up, up, out of your crown chakra, going all the way up through the roof of this building, into the Earth's atmosphere, beyond our atmosphere, into our own star system, moving beyond our star system into our neighboring galaxies. And now feel that energy expanding all the way through all 400 billion planets and galaxies in the Milky Way. As you do this, you become aware, consciously aware, of how our energy knows no limits and no boundaries. We exist in all vibrations, all time, all space, all dimensions. We are divine beings of light, individual and yet connected. Breathing in, experiencing the awareness of your individual presence in a third-dimensional body, while at the same time your higher consciousness experiencing all the dimensions at the same time. This is the truth of who we are and what we are. We are divine beings of light. Acknowledging we manifest the world around us with every thought, every feeling, conscious or unconscious, conspired or unconspired. Taking responsibility for our existence without judgment or without blame, simply acknowledging everything is as is. And when we see we are responsible for our own surroundings, this knowledge allows us to co-create that which we choose. Understanding we manifest with every thought. And we have an opportunity to manifest that which we want. And so as we set this intention to manifest that which we want, we do so with the highest and best intention of all beings of light. And as we wish for the earth, that all beings of creation live in peace, love, and joy, so do we say our prayer of Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Kirtan style, repeating Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. May all beings of creation live in peace, love, and joy, and so it is. And with the intention that we have just set, see the world you live in now, a brotherhood and sisterhood of all human life, a cleanliness in our energy system, an integrity in our governments and monetary systems, a respect and regard for all life forms aside from our own, and especially our own. See all the rivers, oceans, mountains, deserts, lands. See all life, all organisms, all animals, all people, living in harmony, coexisting, honoring the laws of life. And if you have a special intention you'd like to set right now, for yourself, for your family, for your friends, anyone that you know, a country, a situation, or the world in general, say those intentions now. this heightened state of awareness. All of us saying these at the same time. They rise into the ethers with a newfound power and consciousness, carrying the light of your heart space energy into their hearts. Relaxing, coming back present into the room, wiggling your fingers and toes, opening your eyes whenever you're ready. I didn't have my mic in my hand. I kept feeling like something was wrong.
Something's missing.
Yeah, I knew something was missing. I'm used to like, hugging the mic. Pardon?
Crystal.
And my crystal, yeah. I'm so happy for you all to be here and to have our opening intention here in our new space. This was an incredible journey for us to get here. I went to a seminar in Oceanside at the end of April, put on by Lisa Nichols. It was called Speak and Write to Make Millions. And for 3 days I attended the seminar and listened to some of the most powerful life stories of people. And I came back, was full of all of the things I had learned and sharing it with you and with the staff, and was so excited to move forward, and I felt incredibly powerful. So it's no mistake that only 7 days later, on May 1st, we got the call from our broker saying she had found this building. And I think that seminar was important for me to feel that ride of confidence and courage. When we came over here and looked at it, Tanya and Maddie and Jessie, they were all nodding their heads yes, and I was looking at this going, oh, it's huge. And I was a little taken aback, I was a little overwhelmed, but they all kept looking at me like kids at Christmas. So I just... So, it's true, isn't it?
It's true, even yesterday.
So, each month since May was created with negotiations with landlords, property management companies, and brokers, and then moved into the phase of the conditional use permit through the city of Irvine and getting neighbor consents and doing all of that, getting that, and then moving into the actual permits and certificate of occupancy. I've learned more than I ever thought I would have to learn about city governments and rules and regulations. When we build our building 5 to 7 years from now, I will not be the project manager. I've learned that much. It was a full-time job. But it was experience. It was an experience to create. And I'm still stepping into what we've created here. I'm still in awe. We are Orange County's first interfaith, transdenominational spiritual community. And I use the phrase interfaith only because when I use the phrase transdenominational, a lot of people give me a deer in the headlights expression. And transdenominational means beyond denominations. But interfaith is simply a more colloquial term that allows people to understand that we don't subscribe to one doctrine or one creed or one set of rules, but we see truth in all the prophets and all the masters and all the beings of light that have come here using all the languages and all the culture, all the heartfelt messages to tell us that we are one with the creative force that brings us all here. The same energy that flows through us asks a seed to grow and a river to move and trees to sway in the wind and generates the cells in our body. It's all the same life force. We are far more similar than we are apart and different. So as we moved in, Friday was a culmination day. We had moved the moving date several times, and we had to cancel the Holistic Healing Fair, which is yesterday, which was the first one we haven't had in 3 years, so that was heavy on my heart. As all of this was happening, I laid awake in bed and I was flipping and flopping because I was so anxious at when the move was going to be. And I sat up in bed and meditated, and I asked for guidance, and I said, what's happening here? And they clearly said, it's not about you. It's about the people that work with you, the people that come, all the community that has yet to discover you, all the people that watch it on YouTube, all the cities that's going to be surrounding here and supporting this, all of the PR, all of the magazines. There are so many energies associated with what you're creating here, and they basically told me to get out of my own way. I went, I can accept that. I moved on, released everything, and within 48 hours we were in the building from releasing. So the next night, as I'm going to sleep on Friday night, the night before the move, I'm saying, okay, we're in the building. Now how am I going to pay for everything here? And I started going through all of the ways that we fundraise and all the different things. And then my guides came in again and said, don't look at the old ways. The old ways are going to box you in. Look at all the new ways. Be present. And I remembered reading something like that from A Course in Miracles when I first started looking at that book. And it said, you only think the cup in your hand is a porcelain cup with pink flowers because that's what you decided it was yesterday. And so you pick it up again and you touch it and you ascribe all of the same knowledge and belief, and you make all the same conclusions about it that you did yesterday, and you've allowed yourself to live in the past rather than deciding you could see it a different way if you looked at it without the historical reference. And that was what they wanted me to talk about this morning, is we don't know what the Temple of Light is going to be tomorrow or next week or next month or next year. And they asked me to ask you that whenever we come here and whenever you go out into your life, your jobs, your friends, your family, whatever it is that you do, take a moment and pause and ask yourself if you are defining what you are doing now by all of the things that you did yesterday and the day before, if you're bringing all of that knowledge forward and using it to define your existence today, and recognize how confining it is to define from yesterday. I heard an indelicate term that somebody used, don't let yesterday barf on today. Not the most eloquent way to say it, but kind of hits home. That is what we do. We allow everything from yesterday that we learned to say, I know this is what's going to happen because that's how things are. Phrases like, that's how things work, that's the way the world is, that's how he is, that's how she is, I know how she operates, that's the way the city does things. Anytime you hear yourself making an expression like that, you have confined yourself to only looking at the past, and you are not present. One of the things I understand is when people engage in addictions, alcohol, overeating, gambling, shopping, debt, when people engage in something compelling, what they are abstractly and ineffectively attempting to do is to get present. When we're engaging in something compelling, we're trying to actually say, right now, all I care about is this. It's not the divine way of being present, but there's part of our being that knows we're not supposed to be living in the past and the present, because time isn't linear. Time only exists in the now. And that's one way of trying to get there, but we have, of course, a better way of simply acknowledging that time isn't linear. We are here today in this room, and even 5 minutes ago when we ended the meditation, that doesn't exist anymore. And when you come in for the meditation next week, You might think to yourself, I know what Reverend Danielle is going to do. She's going to say hello and greet us, and Seth's going to play the ditch, and she'll take us through that meditation where we touch the ground and reach for the skies and open our heart space and send all of our blessings. Well, next week I might do something different. Because we live in the now, and we do everything presently. And I don't know what next week's meditation is going to look like, because my guides are asking me, reminding me, inviting me, please, be present every day. It is the only way that we can expand our consciousness and be open to all the different things. We manifest with every single thought. If you have in your heart space, I know how this is going to go, what have you just done? Created, manifested how it's going to go. Yes, indeed. If I know how this is going to go, that's how it's going to go. And you manifest also subconsciously from your fears. If you are afraid it is going to go somewhere, if you are afraid someone's going to hurt you, if you are afraid they're going to let you down, they will. Even if they don't intend to, you will perceive that they have. And you will color your perception of their actions with what you have manifested from your subconscious mind. If your best friend is always 10 minutes late for lunch when you meet every Tuesday, and you think to yourself, he or she is always 10 minutes late, they don't care about my time, they don't care that I'm sitting here waiting for them, that is going to be your truth. Maybe they just aren't present. Maybe they don't wear a watch, like me. I'm always 10 minutes late, 10 minutes early. I'm kind of roughly there, around that time. But if you decide they're going to let you down and that they don't care, even if that's not the case, that's going to be the reality that you create with your emotions. And then your emotions and your thoughts start intertwining and creating things right in front of you that you think are evidence. That's the funny part. We create it in our minds, and then it shows up, and then we say, see, there it is. Told you he was going to be late. Told you she was going to be late. And what we don't realize is we have created that mind and placed it in front of us, and then we self-righteously and so highly of ourselves determine that we've called the reality. See, I told you. Of course it did. Okay, I think fine. Of course it did. You created it. So I ask you, what would you like to create? What would you like to see in front of you? Manifest what you want, not what you don't want. But what if you woke up today and said, I don't know what I'm going to manifest today. I'm going to let the universe and all the beings of light that guide me show me something new. Not that they manifest for you, because your free will is always intact, your sovereignty is always intact, and they have no interest in interfering with you on that level. But if you set your mind open, then you're inviting them in to show you things that could be. Then all of a sudden you're presented with hundreds of different possibilities that you wouldn't have thought of had you not come into each day with an open mind. I don't know how this is all going to get finished. I don't know how it's all going to get paid for. I don't know what it's going to look like when we're done, if we're going to have murals, what classes will be here. We have things we're cooking up. But I'm going to set the intention that we have a completely open mind and that anything can happen here. We had people coming in yesterday already feeling the energy, saying that it's been here for weeks, even months, waiting for us. And every time I had issues with the city or the architects or everything, I would look to my angels and they would show me the doors opening. And when I pulled in to the city of Irvine on Friday, determined to get my building permits, As I pulled into the driveway, I looked for that familiar sign where the angels opened the door and they went like this. This time they went like this. And I went, I'm going to get my permit today. And I did. But they're showing me that the path is wide open. Stay open-minded. Catch yourself if you become aware of deciding and calculating how things are going to go. This is a big deal for me. I mean, I'm a triple A type personality. I plan things down to the letter, and I get my ducks in a row. When they step out of line, I get really annoyed. Because I really like to create things the way that they are. Tanya's laughing at me. I do have some built-in flexibility, but I also know that my determination and my perseverance, as long as it doesn't convert to stubborn, are what the guiding lights have given me as tools and talents here to get this created. I don't know what tomorrow's going to bring, but I think our next 5 years here in this space are going to be absolutely transforming. And the county is going to know that we're here. And there are a lot of people that want to come and gather and be in a spiritual community, but haven't had a place where they felt free enough and comfortable enough to do that. And we have that here. So I'm going to ask you to go out and share that we're here. And use the phrase Interfaith Spiritual Wellness Center or Spiritual Community, because it's a phrase people can accept with grace. And as we use that phrase, we see their heads nodding. And my guides have been showing me all of these interfaith symbols of the world and hands with all the symbols of all the different religions. Because when we do that, when we move through them all and unite them and say that they are one, we recognize that we are together. We are one kind of people. And it is through the uniting of all the different religions and cultures do we set the world to peace. It is the first step. By deciding that we're not going to listen to the people that tell us we're against each other, we understand that we are all together, we are all one. We are in a neighborhood. Breathing that in, I want you to imagine, just for a minute, what that would look like. Imagine not tolerance, but complete acceptance. Seeing someone is no different if you are wearing a white shirt and they're wearing a red shirt, you're wearing a skirt and they're wearing jeans. Seeing someone with blonde hair, someone with brown hair, someone with blue eyes, someone with dark eyes, different color skin, different accent in how they speak, different heights, different weights, different personality types, different education process, different foods that they eat, cars that they drive, work values, family values, mannerisms, different politics, different ways of describing what's polite and what's impolite. See all of these differences as something that's exciting and interesting, not something to be frightened of or to shy away from. See the colors of the earth. See what it's like. Imagine if you went to a different restaurant every night for dinner, trying different foods, meeting different people, making new friends, hearing new names, new ways of thinking, ways to expand. See the joy of all the new friendships. Without any decisions of they should do it my way or maybe I should do it theirs, but simply, isn't it interesting to do it that way? This is why traveling can expand our horizons, seeing new ways. Allow ourselves even to consider the possibility of one government or one unifying force that allows each one to exist in its own. See peace and harmony. Imagine everything clean and beautiful. We don't have to know how. We don't have to know when. We don't have to know who. We just have to see it as a possibility. And just seeing it as a possibility allows the genius of the ways to come to us. Because we don't define how and when and who it will happen. We aren't confined by our only way that we can presently see it happening. We allow our higher self, our guides, our angels, starseed families, elementals, all different life forms to start sharing thoughts. So do we become more aware of the higher ways of thinking and feeling and being. See us all joined together in beauty and in grace. And one of the most powerful things that we can say is, I don't know what's going to happen today. I don't know how this is going to work out. I don't know how the resolution will come. I'm willing to see things differently. I'm willing to be open-minded. I'm willing to have the answers be shown to me in different ways revealed to me. I open my heart and my mind to all the wisdom of the universe to share with me the true peace and the true happiness that can exist starting right here within me. I am the change I wish to see. When I give myself unconditional love and light, when I give myself peace, I know how to give this to other people. If I give myself unconditional love, I can see it when other people give it to me rather than doubt it. If I like myself, I can like others. If I am at peace with myself and cease to engage in self-attacking inner dialogue, I can be at peace with others. I'm aware of the power of my own inner dialogue, and I know how to speak well to myself, how to speak kind to myself, how to be gentle, loving, forgiving, encouraging, warm, friendly, graceful, divine. I know I exist in many, many other dimensions than my single mind can see here. And I'm at peace with that. I can coexist in many different realms and places without having to know what they are, to have peace here and now, in this room, in this place, amongst all of these friends. I can leave these doors today in the Temple of Light, understanding and knowing that the Temple of Light is not a building, it's not a place, it's an energy in my heart. And I expand and I take it with me wherever I go. And this is the truth. Anything other than divine inspiration and peace and harmony in my heart is from fear, false evidence appearing real. There is only one truth, and that is the unconditional love and light of my heart. I can express myself in many ways. I can learn, I can love, I can grow, I can have joy. Every moment of my existence that I'm here has the possibility of being filled with joy, even when sadness and occurrences are revealed to me I can navigate these courses of action without losing the resolve to have the inner peace and joy within me. For it's in my heart. And although other feelings and situations may come to me, my joy never leaves me, because it is my seed, my divine seed. And this is my truth. This is universal consciousness. So it is. I invite you to stay and to socialize, have some tea, explore the temple, share. Give us any suggestions you have for events, friends, classes, concerts, decorating. This is your place to come. Many of you have other affiliated communities that you belong to, and that's the beauty of the Temple of Light. We don't ask that anybody come here and make it a singular place. We encourage you to go to many different places, spreading your light, spreading your divine being in as many spiritual communities, and going out there and having friendship wherever you can. Invite people here. Show them the beauty and the grace of the intention that we set here. I welcome you to 11 Goddard. 11 is a portal to ascension, and Goddard means divine bravery. We are creating a portal to ascension with divine bravery. And that is the sacred space that we open here in this building, in this place. There are 17 different vortexes in this building. There's one in every area of space. The beings of light that are here are bringing energy from the universe and showing it to us. Welcome to the new temple. It is all of your inspiration, your support, coming to the classes, coming to the Sunday gatherings that gave me the courage to do this. I couldn't have done it without each and every one of you, and everybody else has come here. So for that I thank you for giving me the courage to do this. Stay and socialize. Thank you for being here. Oh, I'm going to give out the gifting envelopes. So our next Holistic Healing Fair is October 6th. We are doubling the size. We're going from 20 tables to 40 tables. And we have our 12 Days of Light coming up in December. We have the most amazing lineup of concerts and classes, crystal grids, intention setting. There'll be a fee for each class and each thing, but what we're going to be doing is putting together a pass where you can buy a pass to all 12 days, and it'll be about a 50% discount. So you don't have to come to them all, but you can actually then have a pass to all 12 events. We have a new yoga class starting on Tuesdays. We have this beautiful, beautiful, please go upstairs and see Buddha's Loft if you haven't seen it. It is a shoeless floor, so please take your shoes off if you want to enter into the floor. We'll be doing dance classes, expressive movement, qigong, and yoga up there. It is a beautiful, beautiful energy in the evenings. We'll see the sunsets from up there. This is the Divine Shrine. It's our sanctuary, possibly only for today. We might actually have the sanctuary next week, but we'll see. If not, one more time in here. And we have the beautiful Hall of Light. It seats 200. Next to it is the Zen Den, which is going to be a beautiful meditation room. We have the Self-Realization Fellowship that will be doing a meditation here every Saturday morning. We're inviting all the other spiritual communities to come. I'm going to be connecting to the Interfaith Council of Orange County and asking them to come here. Any other ideas or things that you have that help us grow and expand, please come and tell us. Your ideas are genius. If the idea has come to you, it's been divinely inspired to you to share with us, so please do. Anything that can help you feel like you're contributing and making the community, we appreciate. Some of you are already sponsors of our UCC, our United Conscious Community, and have committed to monthly amounts. That helps us grow. If you haven't done that, we would encourage you to do so. It's a way of committing to say that you are wanting to be a part of growing something important and real. Some of you have made annual contributions, some of you are monthly, and we appreciate the donations that you give us here on Sunday services. It is how we survive here. So your energetic support is as important as your presence. Thank you very much for these beautiful donations. I can feel their heart sense and their generosity and your giving of yourself. I receive and accept them with gratitude and appreciation. May they come back to you tenfold. And as always, we promise to use all of the funds that we receive with wisdom and integrity. Namaste. Thank you. Yay!